Vince here. You may remember me from the ShamWow commercials. Well, I'm here now with an even more amazing product, the Incredible Shamploma. It's just like a diploma from a regular college, but the Shamploma comes from a for-profit university.
Huh, wow. Well, does it make any money?
Does it ever? These babies make a fortune for the owners of the schools.
Well, what about me?
You get the Shamploma. Just borrow $100,000 in student loans, give us the money, and we put your name there on the rag. Shamploma thing.
You know, it looks just like the ShamWow cleaning pad.
And it's even more useful. Put it on the wall. Take it to a job interview. If the interviewer spills coffee, the Shamploma soaks it up, just like this. You see that? You following me, camera guy? Try doing that with a degree from Harvard. I don't think so.
Bottom line, I guess, is can I get a job with this?
Can you? Who cares? You're going to spend $20 a month on paper towels anyway.
What?
Order the amazing Shamploma now, and we'll throw in the Sham Master's degree. But that's not all. You also get tens of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. If that sounds good to you, you're just who we're looking for. Call now. Smooth operators are standing by.
Yeah. I just have this very sick feeling that this is just the beginning of the privatization of everything. I mean, look, Bush was shameless about privatizing war. We used to have this saying in the United States that, politics ends at the water's edge, meaning once we were, facing down an enemy or, we were, clear that we had to go to war, that the whole country would stay rallied and unified. But of course, this was a sham war that didn't need to be fought. I mean, Saddam Hussein did not have an air force. He didn't have a navy. He certainly had an army that fell apart twice in 10 years. He really had no weapons of mass destruction. He had no nuclear program and nothing to, enrich uranium with. He didn't even have uranium. He had nothing. So we decided that this would be a great money opportunity for companies like Blackwater and Halliburton and Triple Canopy and you name it. I mean, contractors went haywire and they made a ton of money off of this thing. A ton of money. And the soldiers obviously have come back and they are stunned by what they saw, what they did, what they were asked to do. And we don't care. We don't want to talk about it anymore. We don't want to have anything to do with them. But this was an experiment in the privatization of actual war. And it ain't over. I mean, I said last night, I saw a rerun of a Frontline that actually aired a year ago that I never saw. And it was called College Inc. It's about the for-profit college business and how they make money off of you, the taxpayer, and lay the debt at the feet of the 18 to 24-year-old now. I mean, it wasn't enough for Wall Street to make liar loans and to cheat us and steal our houses or, tell us that we could have, interest-only loans and it would be okay, or to tell us that we were really signing a 30-year fixed mortgage, but instead we were signing an ARM, an adjustable rate mortgage, and the interest rates could go as high as 14%, 12%, the whole scheme. And then the subprime mortgage lenders were telling anybody that they could get you a loan and that they could and of course they could, because Wall Street was buying every single mortgage, whether it was a good one or a bad one. So the originator of the loan, the person who made the loan, had nothing to lose because there was a buyer for the loan itself. They would never have to collect. They never, ever had to collect. So they didn't care about how much capital they had on hand to cover any bad debt. They didn't care if they could ever collect the loan or not. They already had a buyer for that loan, and it was Wall Street. Now, why would Wall Street want to buy bad loans? Because Wall Street said, we got this deal that in our heads, it was in their heads, that we would take the good loans and the bad loans. And we won't put the whole loan, the whole good loan and the whole bad loan into a bowl, because then you could separate out the good from the bad. No, we'll shred the good loan into little pieces, and we'll shred the bad loan into little pieces, and we'll mix the pieces together so that the whole thing's tainted, and no one will ever be able to pick out what was good and what was bad to make the bad good or to make the bad right. And nobody will be able to pick out the good to buy the good and say, I'd rather just own the good. Nobody will be able to make decisions like that because it will all be tainted. It will all be bad. I always use the cabbage analogy, like you're making coleslaw and you take a head of cabbage that's healthy, good and fresh, and you take a head of cabbage that's got E. coli. And you shred the good with the bad and you put it in a bowl and then you spoon it out into all these little bowls. Well, all these little bowls are all E. coli tainted now None of them are edible.